Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. Yeah, it's been a little while, but we are happy to be back doing some collective messages for you on here. As life goes, there's been like a lot of shifts. I know for me personally, in my personal life, I have gone through a lot in that like small time period that I have been haven't been posting on YouTube, and these shifts have, not to be dramatic, but have like really switched up my life, and maybe not externally too much, but I definitely feel like a very different person that I was when I probably posted last to when I probably posted last. So yeah, I don't know if anyone resonates with that and has gone through, or if any of you all are going through your own shifts, or have come out the other side of a shift. You know, that's a part of life and we all know what they can feel and look like. But yeah, sending you all heaps of love and grounding. And I'm really interested to see what spirit actually, or Nyankopon, Samaifo, source, our ancestors have for us, because yeah, there just to me have been so many big shifts and different things going on in everyone's lives, not just mine. Please excuse the sound of the cars driving past. I've just parked up by the water because this is where I felt to read today. So yeah, I hope that these messages resonate, and that we get some clear channels coming through. So I'm just going to say a little prayer and then I'm going to pick some cards and see what's up for us, because I don't know, I'm interested to see what sources, affirmation and messages source is gonna give us. I might be posting a little bit less on here, I'm not too sure actually, but I'm focusing a little bit more on other things I'm doing, and then also Nyame email subscription. So if you are interested in that, maybe I'll pop something about that on the end of this video, or in the bio of this video as well. Yeah, if you want to sign up for that, where I'm sending through some monthly tarot divinations and plants and herb companions and Adinkra symbol meditations for the month, collectively, that we can all utilize, and yeah, whatever spirit gives us to support us through the month. So if you're keen on that, there's a small fee in exchange, but yeah, feel free to email me as well if you're wanting more details. Okay, I wanted to just ease in lightly, as we're back after a little bit of time. So we'll start off with, I'll just show you this deck if you're keen on it or something. Some full Orisha, Natural Ifa, Sassy, and pray that you help me channel today for the collective. What collective messages and guidance do you have for us at this time? What guidance and information? Cool, so we have the Wolverine. You're a lot tougher than you think you are. And then I want to note the base card, the octopus, which says, practice shape-shifting by altering your physical appearance and mannerisms. So there's some encouragement here. I guess the source is starting us off with. Reminders here that we are strong. And I know that's not always the ideal encouragement, just to be reminded of how strong we are. That can get annoying, but I am seeing that, I guess, with this card, that source is reminding us, our ancestors are reminding us of our strength, and sometimes that is a necessary reminder as we are moving through certain things. Particularly with this card, I think it also highlights looking to the past. So what have we been through in our past? What have we gotten through in our past? And even I'm hearing how did we get through those things? So there might be tools and keys to getting through situations now that we've already used, that we've already utilized, that we already have in our kite, I want to say, our basket that we can pull out and use. So I feel Source is reminding us that maybe there are similar situations that we've been through, and we might need to just have a little rummage through our stuff. You know, when you're trying to find something in your bag and it's kind of at the bottom, that's kind of the visualization that I'm getting. So some of us may have forgotten that we have the tool, we have the thing to get through what we are dealing with in our current circumstance. I will definitely take that encouragement. But yeah, there's reminders here that we're a lot tougher than we think we are. And then I'm also hearing headstrong. So some of us might need to use our the strength that we carry within our mind and utilize that. And I'm also hearing what are the tools. So okay, some of the challenges that some of us may be facing, or circumstances that we may be going through, may require us to really activate the strength and power within our mind. So that is another key. What things have we been through in the past that really required us to be headstrong, and even I'm hearing stubbornness. So we might need to activate our stubbornness a little bit more in regards to navigating life circumstances. So yeah, I'm hearing if there's a time for us to activate our stubbornness, it's now. When it comes to figuring out how we can tackle these challenges within ourselves, or they could be external as well. And then I guess with the octopus, this is a reminder. I'm hearing a reminder of our body. So Source is reminding us to utilize the things that, the tools that we, or the things that we can activate in regards to our bodies. So with the octopus, I'm always brought to shape shifting when it comes to our appearance, and it not necessarily being about our appearance, but more so about what am I activating through shifting this, the way I'm sitting. How does it feel different when I'm sitting like this to when I'm sitting like this, or with my head down? You know what I'm saying? I feel Source is reminding us to shift what we need to shift within our physical realm, and shape shift. So literally shift our shape however we feel will aid us or help us. This can even mean colors as well. So certain colors activate certain energies. So if you feel you are needing a little bit more lightness within your day and being, wearing lighter colors. If you're trying to connect a little bit more to the unknown, or you want to like protect yourself, shield yourself from stuff, black is actually a great color for that. If you are feeling too heavy, too drained, then maybe staying away from darker colors and balancing out our energies that way. Our intuition will let us know what we're needing as well personally, so listening in, I feel like, is important. But I think Source is reminding us that we can shift our perspective through shifting our appearance, body, and mannerisms, as it says here. So there's little reminders there. Yeah, and I think we can find strength within that. I like that one. So I guess a question for us, which I'm hearing this week or whenever it may be, is how can we shape shift to help us feel a little bit stronger, and where does our strength lie within our mind, or what can we do, or what have we done in the past to keep our mind strong. Also, happy full moon. Well, the moon's not full yet, but it's coming. Sending you all love in regards to that. And I'm always reminded when a full moon comes, what cycles are completing, what am I celebrating in this moon phase. Okay. What guidance and information do you have for us, the collective, at this time? We have 7 of Fire. Mars, Sun energy, with 10 of Water at the base of the deck. Okay, so we are encouraged to, there's different aspects to this card. So I'm seeing like some of us are being called to like defend ourselves, stand our ground. So if you feel like you need to do that in any aspect of your life, that looks like it's important, but it does look like it is in particularly to do with our healing, or could even be within community settings. It may require us, interesting that we got the Wolverine card before and I was talking about strength, because it may require us to be strong and brave and courageous, those kinds of energies, And if you're looking at this card, this person is shielding themselves and coming up against something external outside of them. So we may be called to shield ourselves, to stand in our power, to stand in our power, to stand in our strength, and defend our ground. So maybe a question that we can ask ourselves personally is, how do we potentially need to do that? What ways do I need to defend myself, or what ways do I need to stand in my power, or stand my ground this week? And allow like Source and our ancestors to like come through naturally. We don't have to like force the answer, but we can just let that answer come to us within the week, as we continuously come back to that question, if that makes sense. I also feel like in a beautiful way, there's a lot of healing taking place as a lot of us step up and stand in our power in ways that we haven't before. So this can be like in regards to community, relationships, and also like, there's a lot of healing taking place as well, and within like trauma. I also heard trauma bonds, so maybe some people are going through something in regards to that, and maybe needing to stand or whoever's moving through anything like that, or potential like bonding in regards to trauma, standing your ground might be important. I'm thinking of, like, you know, when you or even, how do I want to say this? Like when you can be connecting with someone and it's not even trauma bonding, but like when you're connecting with someone and their projections being projected onto you out of their own trauma or patterns or whatever, and then maybe as that projection is coming onto you, it can be easy sometimes, if we're triggered, to dim ourselves down and not do this, not stand up for ourselves. But I'm seeing that source is saying it's important for us to stand up for ourselves if that situation resonates, because that's what I was kind of seeing. And within that scenario, or within the standing in our power, there's a grounding, and then there's also a healing here within our womb, our memory, our ancestral memory, and our, like, a rewiring, a resetting is what I want to say, of the trauma. So there's something here that's like potentially could collectively be activated in order for us to heal some things that we have been carrying, even potentially within our ancestral line. So that would mean things that have played out before with our parents, our grandparents, and whatnot. Okay. What guidance to have for us, the collective, at this time? Another 7 of earth, and then we have Shango at the base of the deck. So part of the standing in our power is also about looking at, there's a lot of like reflection, I will say, because this card again is about like looking to the past, because I did mention that, right? Looking at what we have in our basket in order to activate that power and stand our ground, because I was speaking about how we have the tools, right? And so this card now, 7 of earth, is more about like looking at what we have grown. And if I do readings for you, you know I mentioned this with this card, looking to the past to see what have we grown. And I usually speak about this card in regards to like our investments, because that's what it's about. Like, what have I been invested in? How is it? Is it fruitful? Am I seeing what I desire to see within that? And if not, then what actions do I need to take? This is also about, I guess, the fruitfulness of what we have invested in, you know, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, financially, however so, in our families, our friendships, our work, because this is about commitments when Shango is on the base of the deck. This is about our unions, our contracts, what we have signed up for, literally signed up for, like this, or verbally, our even marriages, commitments, that kind of thing, our investments. So looking at that, but I'm hearing with like the past message about the tools, there's something there, and like looking at the tools that we use to grow the things we have grown. Hope I spoke proper English when I said that, but what have we grown and invested in, and is it working? Do we like what we see? And if so, what tools did we use to grow those things? with my peoples, the Akan, there are Adinkra symbols, a family of symbols. If you follow me, you'll be familiar with some of them because I do speak about them regularly. And I'm being brought to the symbol of the palm tree, Abedra. Sorry for my tree, but that's as good as it's gonna get at this second. But that's a symbol of resourcefulness, because so much comes from the palm tree: wine, oil, wood, and within that source is, I guess, reminding us, like, what tools did we use to cultivate that resourcefulness? Because there's a lot that we have grown individually and together within our unions and contracts and commitments, and I feel like Source is reminding us, there's so much we have grown and invested in. How do we need to stand our ground within this, or be more in our power within our investments? And also, the other question within this card is, with the fruit that is growing from our investments, what do we want to do with those things? So yeah, what am I seeing growing from this commitment, this friendship that I have, and what can I do with it? So for example, you may have a friend that you're connecting with that you have collaborated with in the past, and you've seen beautiful things come from that. Is there something new that you want to create with this person in terms of collaboration? You can apply that to romantic partnerships as well. I guess posing that question in different areas of our lives might be helpful, if that makes sense. But I guess going back to our investments, our commitments, where we really want to stay in our power, how we can do that. I'm also hearing how can we stay in our power together? So we've thought about it individually, and now in regards to community and our unions and our contracts with others, because this is a collective reading, how can we do that together and utilize our own personal strengths and harness them and bring them together in order to grow and be resourceful as well. Something that I am thinking about is that this time that we're in, lots of things are changing collectively. I want to say it's not the easiest for everyone in regards to sometimes finances, or sometimes just resources in general, especially if the systems that we be involved in, or the systems that we can't really escape in certain ways, are not nurturing or sustaining us or community in the ways that they are meant to. Sometimes we have to do that on our own. So I'm being highlighted to thinking about what have we grown in that regard, and what would we like to see grow in the future? And there was just 9 of Fire, this card, but it was actually reversed in the deck. That's also just a reminder that if anyone's over isolating, not to do so. Getting out of that, over isolating, over hermiting energy. I'm also hearing if you've been detoxing or cutting things out, it's enough. So if that's for you, you'll know. But yeah, whānau, I think that I will leave that there. I think that's enough to digest and ponder on. So I guess the messages were with the Wolverine, remembering the things that we have gone through in the past and remembering our strength in order to move through any challenges or circumstances in this present moment. Reminders that we are strong, that we are powerful beings inherently, as we are a part of source and we are connected to our ancestors. And then I guess with these tarot cards, where do we need to stay in our power? Where do we need to even potentially defend ourselves or stand our ground, or be brave? And how can we do that? And in regards to our investments, our commitments, our unions, our contracts, what have we grown even through staying in our power in the past? And how can we utilize the fruitfulness that is being produced emotionally, spiritually, mentally, physically, materially? So that's a lot. I will leave that there, and I will also have the email subscription at the end of this, so you can have a look if you're wanting to sign up for more of an in-depth monthly read. But yeah, I'm sending you all heaps of love, and I'll be on here soon.